Wow.
Hello.
He must want something.
Who are you?
This guy.
Hi, Chief.
Hi, sir.
Okay, I've got 5 o'clock. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. This is the City of Attica Board of Works meeting, 11/5/24. Would the clerk please call roll?
Mr. Gaylor? Mr. Smart?
Present.
Mayor Grant?
Present.
Mallory? Or Attorney Redlin?
Present.
Mayor? And
Uh,
there's two, I don't think.
Yeah,
I
we
put
have
on
2
there.
sets of minutes. We have minutes from 10:15 and the special meeting from 10:29. You had a chance to look at those?
Yes, I've had a chance to look at both of those, and they look to be in order, so I'll make a motion, we approve minutes.
I agree, and I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. There's the second one. Do we have any citizens petitions to start out this evening? Anybody have anything they need to bring to the Board of Works? No? No citizens petitions. Department heads, Mr. Swank?
Director of Public Works side, I don't have anything. Building Commissioner side, I think we have a review hearing.
Where we at on tearing the building down, the house down in, across the track?
Gas is disconnected.
I knew that.
So yes.
Can't use those as an excuse anymore.
Once we get some of these other things ironed out, we'll get on it.
That's
Okay.
the one I burned down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, down the other side of McDonald's.
Good.
We'll go ahead and move on to the UBO hearings then.
Yes.
Turn it over to Attorney Redlin.
So we're here for a review hearing for 104 East Vine Street. Mr. Hutz is present. Mr. Swank, what's the status of this building?
There's been some progress. I presented everybody with photos from earlier today. I feel that there's probably a little bit more to be done on the back side of the house, and I don't know if the board would like to make any additional recommendations on it.
Mr. Hutz, have you seen these pictures? I mean, you know the status of your property for sure. What is your thoughts and timeline to get the back addressed?
I'm assuming the mayor's talking about, we got a little spot in the top we need to enclose. He mentioned to me, and I got a little porch we started demoing, and I had an issue with one of my trucks. I'm trying to get it repaired so we can get it taken down or finished cleaned up, but
Is that why it looks exposed? Is that where that portion,
yes.
where you took off the porch?
Looks like you got some tieback hanging up
Yeah.
over the back of it.
Yeah, I gotta push, I think it's 3 pieces of plywood on the top. I gotta cut some little tips off, and once I get those 3 pieces put up, that'll be completed.
What about siding on the back? I'm just seeing drywall, it looks like.
Well, I was going to probably do that in the springtime, because when we start actually doing the internal repairs on it and stuff, we were gonna tie back it for now, put the sheeting on, then tie back it up. Because I'm not really sure 100% what we're gonna actually do as far as covering that. Haven't really made my mind up on that. I'm hoping that would be sufficient for you guys for now.
So with Mr. Swank, with what he's describing, the work he's planning to do, will that secure the building so there's no holes? Because if it's gonna have,
Yeah, with
gonna
the
be,
yes, with plywood, it would seal the building up.
and that would be sufficient for at least 90 days, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I know we're gonna get into winter
Yes.
soon, of course, but that could put us potentially into early spring, perhaps. We wouldn't want any holes in the building. That would be the concern.
Well, yeah, like I said, once I get that plywood up there, and I didn't even think about that, to be honest with you, I just,
You don't want vermin in there.
yeah, I
You
got.
don't want kids to be able to go in.
I got it, I got the, I put 10 gallons of primer on it, and then stacked most of the bricks, because I really didn't want to get rid of the bricks, but we've got them taken away from there, and then we got that little section, it's only 4 foot by 4 foot section of porch that needs to be cleaned up. So once I get the ply on this building, we'll be sealed up as far as getting
Would you plan to walk the perimeter of it as well on the sides of the building to make sure that there's no holes
any.
ground level as well? Does the board have any other questions for him or requirements other than, it sounds like sealing up? We're getting close to the winter.
I mean, it does look better from the outside, and the yard's picked up, cleaned up. It looks good from that point. Andy?
I'd like to see plywood on the back and possibly, I know you run out of time, but it'd be nice if we could get that painted. Or at least, siding on it or whatever, but,
I mean, as far as the tieback part, because the tieback is good for probably 3 months as far as keeping it secure.
but you do plan on siding that or something?
Oh, yeah, something,
Okay.
yeah, it's not gonna stay like that. It's just, you guys wanted me to tear the back half off, which we got that taken care of.
I say we give him 30 days to get the back closed up, and we can revisit that at next month's meeting. How do you feel, man?
I'd be okay with that. Well, work for you, Gerald?
Yeah, but question about, is the tieback good for you guys, or are you going more?
Short term, but I think
But I
it has,
get that.
yeah.
Like, would that be good till springtime?
I think you
or-
need some plywood on there to keep, like she said, keep the vermin out along the top
Yeah,
there.
yeah, definitely want to do that.
And then around the base of the perimeter around the building, just, like, again, you never know with kids as well.
I think most of that's done, but
It looked like it from the pictures, but I just wanted to be sure in case some of the pictures didn't capture any holes.
Okay, we'll see
So
you
the-
next month.
So the first meeting,
12/3.
yes, I thought you were gonna say the 12th, and I was like,
Yeah,
no, it's the 3rd.
12/3.
It's December 3rd.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Andy made a motion and
I'll
you
second.
seconded.
All in favor?
All right,
so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
thank you.
Is that the only one?
That was the only one for tonight.
Chief Little is not here. Chief Miller?
Everything's going good. I haven't missed night shift. We'll be opening up a hiring process next week.
Good.
We'll leave it open for approximately 6 weeks. See what kind of application base we get. And proceed forward with getting a new guy in.
You guys went down right now.
One now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, I've got you here.
You might want to leave.
Probably know that.
We're discussing the trash contract here coming up next. But we're gonna start tagging trash barrels that sit out in contrary to our ordinance. And I don't know whether you want to order the tags or whether you want me to order the tags, but we're gonna start tagging those so that they're not sitting out along the curb all week long.
Yeah, we'll have to communicate with whoever has ordered the contract because,
I've already done that.
okay,
That's already taken care of.
we have the tags.
We've got everybody's okey dokey. So we just want to implement that and get them off the curb.
Because we're only gonna tag it once and then we're gonna issue an ordinance violation. I'm not gonna-
You handle that however you need to handle
I'm
it,
not
but,
going around and tagging multiple times.
but I've already handled that. We've talked to all the potential bidders here and, we've already got that handled. So while I've got you here, I wanted to have a sidebar on that, but since you're here,
I know that's fine.
and that way it's in public record, everybody knows about it and, they know to get them off the curb where they could face a fine. Okay,
$250. What it is.
I don't even remember what it is, but
It's $250 plus court fees and costs is a little over, it's $380 something. If after their first warning, they're finding violations.
All right, thank you. That was easy.
Does that have all trash containers, or does that include like the cybers that no one really drives down?
That means that they need to come back off the curb
Citywide.
citywide.
Okay.
Unfinished business, award of new trash contract. And I kind of broke this down for the board and put it on a spreadsheet. I'll cover it here just real quickly. For the curbside pickup, Ballas was a little bit lower than everybody else, but they bid the citywide pickup separately instead of included. So if you add that in, it comes to, there's a $5 difference. They're $5 higher than the trash cans alternate bid is for the year. So that's not much difference. There was a question about the performance bond, and I talked to Attorney Redlin about that today, and we've discussed that. And it sounds to me like the trash cans, are you here?
I'm here, and we do have it,
You do
and
have
we'll
it?
have it in place within 10 days, it'll be in place by January 1st,
Okay.
not a problem.
And I understand that Ballas does not have it.
No, we were not able to get one for more than a 12-month contract. We went through 30 suppliers of those.
Wow, that's unreal.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Ballas was at six, if you add in the citywide pickup, which was $12,500, it gets you to $1,685 a month per residence. And trash cans alternate bid was $1,685 a month. So it's a wash there as far as the monthly rate goes. I even went so far as to total it out for the total contract period, and there's $6 difference between the two for the whole contract period. It was $26. It's $1,417,386 as opposed to $1,417,360 for trash cans alternate bid. My proposal to the council, either way we go, will be to change our trash ordinance to $17.85. We've typically charged $1 over and then gave the seniors $1 discount, so it'd be $15.85 for them. Unfortunately, Republic Service was way, way high. They were $500,000 higher than the other two for the duration of the contract. Do we have a motion? Do you have any questions?
No, I just think, with the performance bond issue and really they're pretty much a dead heat. I think trash cans has done a nice job. They've always been on time. So my proposal would be to make a motion to accept the trash cans alternate bid. That would be a pickup instead of spring cleanup day. We'd have 4 separate days in which there'd be a dumpster and people could go down and bring their trash down. That would be my suggestion.
Yeah, there would be roll-offs located down at the sewage plant in a secure location. And if we do that, my plan would be to ask residents to bring their water bill and bring their driver's license. I understand that last year we had way more trash than we could have generated here in Attica.
Yeah.
And it was being hauled in from everywhere, and it's not fair to the citizens of Attica to pay for everybody else's trash.
Absolutely. And I think we have to set 4 dates, and I think we have to get that information out to the public. I think communication is going to be really a key because they're going to ask, I thought we had a spring. So I think if we do it right, I think it's going to work out really well. So I'll make a motion that we accept the trash cans alternate bid.
This is a tough one because, we do have somebody that's fairly local here, but feel, given everything that I've laid out here on this, we will have to, I'll second it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we're gonna award the trash contract to Trash Cans to continue for the next 5 years.
But we do thank everybody for their time and effort.
Yeah,
And putting it,
like I said, this
it's not an
was a
easy
tough one for
decision.
me. Especially as close as it is. Need anything else from me for that? All right. New business, utility credits. Did you get a copy of that?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of them.
Yeah.
Anything out of the ordinary there, Eric?
Hope everything's legitimate.
Okay. Anything there?
I don't have, I mean, it all looks like normal things that would have run somebody over.
I'll make a motion. We approve the utility credits.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Utility credits are approved. Utility disconnects. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There we go. I did have it. Sorry.
Anybody else have anything here on the utility?
Everything looks to be in order. Okay,
Yep.
I'll make a motion. We approve the delinquents accounts.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Payroll vouchers.
Joanne said that looked good, so I'll make a motion. We approve the payroll vouchers.
Why do I have two sheets here, Jerry?
Claims payroll. You need to sign, and Andy needs to sign.
There you go.
Once they're approved. Thank you.
This is
That's
payroll
claims.
vouchers. That's why I asked.
Well, it's not payroll, it's the claims, it's payable vouchers.
Ah,
It's
okay,
claims.
okay. I was reading what I wanted to read instead of what it said. You had a chance to look this over.
The claims.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll make a motion. We approve claims.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passes. Oh, you gotta sign it too, sorry. And we move on to miscellaneous business. I have none listed. Does anybody else have anything? Do you have anything?
You're looking at me.
Well, I thought maybe you had some.
Oh, I'm here to listen, but
Okay,
I don't know if now is a good time to bring it up. or
Sure.
not, But I'd like to get a copy of the sound ordinance that we have in place for, the city of Attica.
we can probably get, it's on our website if
I
you,
looked for it.
Oh,
and-
really?
And all it does.
sometimes it's hard to find.
Well, it refers to the EPA law of it for Indiana. It doesn't actually say Attica's sound ordinance.
I think it's under a combined nuisance ordinance. That's
Oh,
about
I'm
it.
sorry.
I believe it's under a combined nuisance ordinance. I can look it up for you and I can have it up at the front counter at the clerk's office and you can come in and pick it up.
Okay,
That work?
mostly what I'm concerned about is the noise level that's around my house, you know, where I live. But the second is the blasting of the horn that points right directly at my house and the level of that so what I did is I got a meter. And if it's anything above 40 megahertz or whatever, it's detrimental to your hearing. And it registers like 90 and above sometimes. And it's every single time a police car, ambulance, or anything comes in, it sounds like it's being blown. Now, it may not be a long period, but it's short, but it's So I've talked to several residents around me and we're all concerned about it. So I thought I would get the ordinance and see if it even applies to that and who governs that and how can I, voice I don't want to say a complaint, but see if there's some way that we can look at that and see why it's being blown so often and so loud. And I've noticed in the last several months, it's been louder than normal, and at long blasts. And what's happening is what my son said and a couple people said to me, was the fact that, if we did have an emergency, let's say a tornado, flood, something major that the town needed to be, we kind of ignore the sound almost anymore. Well, I can't ignore it because it is so loud I can't sit on my porch.
Well, it is a different tone for a tornado. I don't know if you've heard them test the tornado, but it's actually a siren sound. And this sound that comes off is for our fire department to tone them out. So it's two distinctly different sounds, but it's loud. I hear it clear down at my house.
Well, where it's located, it blasts, straight at my house. I don't know about Gemma. I asked the new people that moved into the Cottrell Village house and they were just appalled by the noise. I just recently had my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, this is personal, but they were visiting me for a week and I told them there were sirens or they could hear noises in the night so they wouldn't scare them. My sister-in-law has a heart condition and we thought we were going to have to call an ambulance for her. That's how loud they were in the front bedroom of my house. And I invite anyone to come over and listen to it when they're ringing it at the loudest. But so I read what the parameters are for the EPA conditions, and it's 40 is anything above 40 at long periods of time is detrimental to your health. And this registers like 90 at times.
Yeah. Typically, the EPA or OSHA standard is on an 8-hour time-weighted average. So if you were exposed to that for 8 hours, obviously you'd have to wear hearing protection and all that. But since it's only for, a few minutes at a time, it doesn't really fall under that. But
Larry,
yes, sir.
it spins around. You hear it the loudest because when it comes back around to facing you, that's when it's loud, but then it rotates. So that's why it gets louder and it gets quieter because it's spinning around.
Well,
And now they're supposed to only do it between 9 at night till 7 in the morning. You're not supposed to activate it. That was implemented a long time ago. I think Ed was still chief. So from 9 at night till 7 in the morning, we get dispatched. They're not supposed to set the outside off.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
it definitely goes off between those
And
hours.
it's for fire runs, not
Okay.
police or EMS. It's just for fire runs. That's why it's at the fire station because that's where it's supposed to be at.
But every fireman has a radio. We no longer call them in because my husband used to be a volunteer fireman.
Oh, yeah.
We don't- we
Most
no
of our
longer-
firemen don't have radios.
Most don't have radios.
No, we
have pagers.
got pagers. I mean, we got radio, but we got pagers and
That's not-
phones too.
You don't come running with that because I hear the siren while that's still going. So I know that you're getting notified before that goes off.
There's a lot of times he's at home and he's outside working or whatever, and he does not have his radio or his pager with him, and when that goes off, he comes in. and
But you
grabs
may
it.
want to check with
Yeah.
dispatch or even Mike. That's my.
Yeah, I'll check on that.
Yeah, from 9 at night till 7 in the morning, it's not
Oh,
supposed to be.
I know there's been times I've been in here in the office and on the phone, I've had to stop
Oh, you
and
have
say,
to
hang
stop
on
talking.
just a minute
Mhm.
until it's done blowing,
Mhm.
and then continue my conversation with the
Yeah.
person I've got on
And
the
one of the
phone,
problems is that they have to manually activate it down at Covington.
and they don't hear it.
And so they may forget to shut, they'll set it off and then they may get busy on the phone and then forget to shut it off.
I've heard on the scanner, hey, can you kill the siren?
Yeah.
Because it
and
just
some
keeps going and
dispatchers,
going.
They'll set it off, that
Yeah.
immediately shut it back off.
Yeah.
So you may hear it for 3 seconds, you may hear it for 3 minutes. But that's
Well,
why
it's a concern, and I know that, I'm the one person that comes and gives concerns, but, I live in a residential area, and it's so close, and it's very disruptive to me, I'm gonna say just me personally, and I've asked other people,
It's
even
loud.
past where you live, one of the ladies, she said, why does it go off all hours of day and night? And really, my sister-in-law it alarmed them, and my brother-in-law was the city manager for Lake Forest, California for years, and he said, he has a watch, he says it goes past 90, he says it's not healthy, and you need to ask them about it. So I'm asking you,
No, that's
just
fine.
because we've always done it
we'll
this way
ask.
doesn't mean we
Yeah.
can't.
We'll ask, yeah.
Because it's, the noise level in town has escalated in the last 2 years to the corner that I'm living on is just nothing but, and part of it's the construction, but the semis that come by, the ambulances, the police cars coming out of here with their sirens on. I mean, there has to be some reason why do they need to put it on there? Sometimes they put it on right by my house almost, and it's very startling, and
It's not a quiet residential neighborhood, for sure.
No.
but it's escalated, though. What I'm saying is it's escalated, and I think that the city should look at it, and that's just what I'm asking.
We can ask some questions, for sure. Is your light any better?
Actually, I wanted to ask you, did you get that changed?
Oh, I
Or
did.
you-
I paid $150 for them to come down and put a shade on there to direct that down toward the ground rather than out towards your house. So I hope it's better.
Well, it seems a little better. However, I did go to the expense of putting in very heavy wood blinds throughout my entire house.
Mm.
So that made that
Good,
better. So, it appears to be a little bit
Good,
less
good.
invasive in the front.
I was afraid you were gonna tell me it wasn't any better. So that's good. That's good to
Well, my
hear.
son did say it's still shining pretty bright down here, Mom, in the basement, but anyway,
Alright.
I appreciate that.
All right,
Thank you.
and I'll find out about what Troy said about, the hours that they're supposed to set that off. I'd never heard that before. I hear it all hours of the night in my house, so. And that cues me to go turn on the scanner to see what's going on, so that's my alarm too.
Everybody in the city hears it, because there's another one located right down at the high school.
Yeah, that's not just the one, there's another one out at the high school. But that also serves as our tornado siren.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, it's a
tornadoes,
distinctly
floods,
different tone.
I don't, for example, okay, there's a lady, someone that lives behind me has the ambulance come quite often.
Mm.
And so the other night I'm sitting on the porch and there's 3 ambulances that actually go there, and the siren went off a couple of times, not long, and then they have to put on their siren, and I don't know where they're coming from. I assume it's here. And they go down past my street, and it's 3 of them up around the church to wherever that house, whatever they're doing up there, and the lights are going.
ambulances?
3 ambulances, yes.
Mm.
The ambulances
Only
aren't
have 2 in the
housed.
county.
They're not
Well, some of
housed.
this you can't help, you're not gonna get away from.
No.
No,
The
I
siren,
understand, but I was just giving you an
Yeah.
example
Right,
of that,
we can look into the siren thing, I guess.
Yeah, the siren is the biggest thing. I just have noticed it more.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anybody else?
A quick question, if that's set off in Covington, wouldn't they have some sort of auto for it to,
Apparently they don't.
It has
It's
to
a
be manually
manual
done.
operation to shut it off and on.
I understand the manual part, but I would think that it would be.
There's no volume to it, no, it's just one volume. Yeah, you can't turn it up or down.
Yeah, I caught that one a couple weeks ago, just
Yeah.
outside.
I say, but it gets louder because when it's spinning around, then it's
Right.
like getting away from her, so she don't hear it as much, and it comes around to you, and it's loud because it's spinning up there.
Well, we were standing outside the building when it went off a couple weeks ago, and it was out.
Out here?
Yeah, it is.
And it didn't stop. I was a little surprised that, once the vehicle started moving and out, and I think that was a run towards you that night, and, anyway.
Yeah, she has
I
to
just didn't
manually
think-
shut it off down at the dispatch center, and sometimes they get on the phone talking, they'll
Well, I
forget to shut it off.
Well, I understand that. I would just think that, I understand the manual turn on. just surprises me in this day and age why,
Couldn't be a timer on it, yeah.
yeah, there wouldn't be a
Yeah,
timer.
there could be, yeah.
So maybe you can talk to commissioners about it or something.
Yeah. It's good input. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second. All in favor?
All right.
Thank you.
Doke.
It's been real.
Really?